Hi there, very good morning. Welcome back to ET Now. You're watching Buy Now, Sell Now with me, Kanishka Sarkar and Srishti Sharma. Over the next 1 hour, we'll answer all your stock-specific queries with our experts, both on the technical as well as fundamental front. But before we get started, a quick look at how the markets are shaping up at this juncture. And markets have taken a rather U-turn from the day's highest point, and they're now trading just at the day's record low point. Nifty has given up that 26,000 mark, down about 41 points from yesterday, the Friday's trading session. So yes, a complete U-turn is what we have seen, given up those morning gains that we saw in trading just below that 26,000 mark right now. Very lackluster ray of trade coming in. If we talk about Sensex, that too is trading about 0.2% lower, 84,868. That's the level where Sensex is holding on to. So yes, we have on all of the major indices, we have given up those morning gains and trading close to the day's lowest point. Bank Nifty too down about 100 points, 58,910. That's the level where Bank Nifty is at. If you look at individual stock movement, it's Adani Ports, Power Grid, HCL Tech. All of these are leading to the downside on the Nifty, and which has now given up the 26,000 mark. However, some of the counters which are managing to hold on to the upside and are limiting the downside for the Nifty at least include the likes of Tata Steel up about 2.5%, ONGC, Eternal, JSW Steel. All of these counters are holding on to the green, and it's Nifty Metals, Srishti, which is holding on to gains, and it's the top Nifty gainer of the day. So yes, apart from Nifty, all other sectors seem to be, languishing in trade today, but it's the Nifty Metal which is holding on to its green.
Well, absolutely. Nifty Metal Index has touched its record high as well. And I'm sure we're going to be getting a lot of these stock queries as well on the metal pack. Let's watch out for that. But with this, on the Buy Now, Sell Now show, viewers, this is the show where in the next 1 hour, we're going to be taking all of your stock-related queries. So just a small note that you can write to us or you can call us on the WhatsApp number that is flashing on your screen and will be flashing throughout the show on the top of your screen. Do tell us your name, the stock that you have invested in or wish to invest in, the time horizon, and also the place you are writing us from. And we'll try to take as many queries as possible. But before we start taking your queries, let me welcome two of our very special guests who are going to be guiding you on your stock-specific investments. We have Jigar S. Patel, who is the Senior Manager of Technical Research at Anand Rathi, to guide us on the technical front. And we have Gaurang Shah with us, Senior Vice President of Geojit Investments, joining us to guide us fundamentally. A very good morning, gentlemen, and thank you so much for your time. And let's get started with a lot of these stock queries already trickling in, and the first query that I have is coming in from R. Ravi Kumar. And Gaurang, let me come to you because this query is on two of the counters. One of them is BEL and the other one is National Aluminium, where Ravi is confused which one to buy at this price point, where he is looking to invest almost 1 lakh rupees. Gaurang, good morning, and what will be your advice?
Morning, Srishti. Thank you so much for having me on the show. Good morning to all the viewers of ET Now. A small disclosure before I go any further that all recommendations are a part of our fundamental research team recommendations from a long-term point of view. Our company, Geojit or I, we do not have any personal investments, no financial interest, no conflict of interest, but we give advice to our clients on similar lines. They might have their investment interest from a long-term point of view. So to answer the question now, I've been caught between the devil and the deep blue sea. The reason being, Shrishti, is that we have coverage on both Bharat Electronics as well as Nalco, that is National Aluminium. He's got 1 lakh to invest. I would not be biased towards any one of them. Since we have coverage on both, I would advise him that 1 lakh divided into two parts, 50,000. And you can invest in both of them from a long-term point of view. Bharat Electronics, though, as you were mentioning at the beginning of the program, because of the defense orders and the likely possibility of a higher budgetary allocation in the budget in the month of Feb by the Honorable Finance Minister, Srimati Nirmala Sitharamanji, defense sector is likely to stay in the limelight spotlight for all the good reasons for the next couple of years. Nalco, National Aluminium, being a metal company associated with the metal sector, aluminium and copper and zinc prices, expectation is that they are likely to move up. In terms of performance, we expect better numbers from Nalco also. So we have positive coverage on both Bharat Electronics as well as Nalco. So you can divide into two parts and invest in both.
All right, so you could look at dividing your 1 lakh rupees in two parts and invest both in Nalco as well as BEL. Of course, defense is definitely going to be a theme for the long term. And today also we have the DAC Council meeting, which is going to be chaired by the Defense Minister, that is Rajnath Singh, and we'll watch out for what happens in the deal. 80,000 crore worth of proposals is what we are expecting to be cleared. Let's watch out for how it pans out during the day. But now let's move on and have another query answered. Jigar, this one is for you. Satya Veni has written to us from Hyderabad. They're a regular viewer and a great fan of ET Now. So thank you so much, Satya, for that. Watching us regularly, it really keeps us going through the day. But let's get to your query now. Now, he's purchased CESC shares. His average buying price is 199 rupees, and Olectra Green 1798. That's the price at which he's bought. He wants to know, he is looking to average more. When do you think, what are the correct entry levels, Jigar, for both of these so that he can average?
Very good morning, everyone. See, in CESC, currently there is definitely a negative breakdown, and the price action is way below 20, 50 as well as 100-day exponential average, and the support is expected somewhere near 160, 158 zone. So this would be ideal zone because this is the previous demand zone, which is 160, 158. So in CESC, 158, 160 zone is the ideal zone where he can add. And in Olectra, the current price action looks like, again, there was a double bottom structure and there was a divergence as well. So I would suggest to add at current level somewhere near 1200 and keep a stop loss of below 1150, and overall bounce is expected till 1350 in 1 to 2 months.
All right, so that's the take coming in on Olectra. Let's watch out for this particular counter. But the next query that I have, Gaurang, is coming in from Sudeep, writing to us from Mumbai. He wants to know about Max Healthcare or Mahindra Life Spaces, any of the two stocks that you like at this price point for a long-term investment. He's looking to make a fresh investment.
So out of the two, Max Healthcare, which is into hospitals, we have a positive coverage on Max Healthcare. And Srishti, I think most of the healthcare related companies, hospitals, have lined up a huge capex in terms of expanding their existing facilities and in terms of acquisition, keeping in mind the demand that is going up. And of course, medical tourism is also something that the Honorable Finance Minister referred to in the budget gone by. So from a long-term point of view, we are positive on Max Healthcare. On other one, we don't have a coverage, so I won't be able to give any specifics.
Okay, so that's the view. But let's move on and have another query answered. Now, a live caller is now joining us. Mr. OSN Reddy from Hyderabad is joining us live on the call. Hi, Mr. Reddy. Thank you so much for joining us today, and season's greetings to you, first of all.
Hello.
Hello. Yes, we can hear you. Please tell us what's your query.
Madam, I am holding Patel Engineering.
Yes.
1100 shares at the rate of 43 rupees. Should I hold or exit, or this I can sell and buy KEC International, which is somewhat stable?
Okay. And how long do you intend to?
1 year, 1.5 years also, because I am a long-term investor.
Okay. Okay, Gaurang, let me come to you. Patel Engineering, he's holding at a price of 43, so sitting at a significant loss right now. What do you think? Should he book his losses and move into, KEC International? He's looking at a 1 year time horizon. Which one would you, wait? Which one would you prefer?
Firstly, for the benefit of all your viewers of ET Now and investors, my humble request to all of them is, don't let your capital erode 30, 40, 50% or more, because then the recovery of capital itself becomes a big question mark. Forget about the profit on the investment. And be very, very careful when you are identifying an investment opportunity in a double or a single digit stock, because the risk is extremely high. Having said that, on Patel Engineering, we don't cover the stock, so I won't be specific over there. But he's asked a question that should he book his loss and invest in KEC International. Now, on KEC International, we have an accumulate stance. There was an issue in the last quarters gone by in terms of earnings, and there was some news flow also, which has now got clarified. So we are positive on KEC International from a long-term point of view.
So that's the fundamental view. But Jigar, let me come to you also. How are the charts looking like for both of these counters, Patel Engineering and KEC? Which do you think has better potential?
See, overall in Patel Engineering, there has been a tremendous hammering from the top of approximately 80 odd zone, and currently the price action is around 28, 29 approximately. So there has been a significant correction, and if we look at the previous demand zone, which lies around 27, 28 zone, so there is a possibility of a short-term bounce till 35, but I would suggest him to take the advantage of the bounce of around 35 and exit the stock and buy KEC International overall, because the kind of structure we are looking at in KEC is currently it's in consolidation zone, and the zone is somewhere near 700 to 750 odd zone. So above 750, there will be a very good breakout till 850, 860 zone. So KEC would be a better choice than Patel Engineering.
All right.
Hi there, welcome back to ET Now. You're watching Buy Now, Sell Now with me, Kanishka Sarkar and Srishti Sharma. This is a show where we're answering all your stock-specific queries with our experts. And now we are joined by our next live caller on the show, Mr. Venkat Ramani. Thank you so much for joining us today. He's joining us from Bangalore. First of all, season's greetings to you. And please tell us which is the stock that you have your query on today.
First, thank you for taking my my question is, I am holding Gujarat Pipavav 600 shares at the rate of 170 per share.
Right.
Just I want to know whether I can hold, sell or buy more for a period of 12 months.
Okay, slightly longer term query over there. Gaurang, let me come to you. Gujarat Pipavav.
And I want to tell that I am a big fan of Gaurang.
Absolutely. We'll take your query with Gaurang. Gaurang, your fan has, joined you live today. So do tell us what you want to say to him. And regarding his query, Gujarat Pipavav, that's the stock that he has a query on. 170 is his buying price. He's sitting with some bit of profit right now. What do you suggest? Should he continue to hold it for the longer term, 12 months time?
Season's greetings to Mr. Venkat Ramani and to all the viewers of ET Now and to all of you all as well at ET Now. Thank you so much, sir, for using those kind words. Really appreciate it. Unfortunately, I won't be in a position to give a stock-specific query on Gujarat Pipavav, but let me give a brief which may help Mr. Venkat Ramani from a long-term point of view. India, unfortunately, has a large coastline, but the unfortunate part is we've not been able to utilize that large coastline in terms of creating new logistic points, ports for seaway transportation. Whatever ports we have currently, of course, in the last 10-15 years, capacities have gone up, but there is a potential to do much more and utilize that coastline. Government of India has also lined up along with that Bharat Mala Pariyojana, which is connecting roads and creating new dedicated freight corridors. There is one more theme or policy which the government has, and that is Sagar Mala Pariyojana, which is improving the existing waterways infrastructure and creating new ones. Along with that, we aspire to become a large manufacturing hub, from exporting from the rest of the world to exporting from importing from the rest of the world to importing to the rest of the world. So in that kind of a scenario, a large contribution is likely to come in from all those companies which are associated with port logistics, container handling, etc., etc. So there is the potential is very, very huge, but this may take a much longer time for things to materialize at ground level. So unfortunately, like I said, we don't have a specific coverage on Gujarat Pipavav, but the opportunity for the sector looks quite huge.
Absolutely. So a lot of, potential unlocking for the sector that is the port logistics space. That's the word coming from Gaurang. But Jigar, let me come to you. What do you think of the charts? If you look at the 1-year time horizon, the stock has given only a return of just about 3%. But in 2026, could we see a turnaround? What do you think the charts are suggesting?
See, in the GPPL, overall, we have seen a tremendous rally right from April 2025 till date. But overall, there is a huge resistance near 188, and exactly today's high is also the same level. So I would suggest try to lock in 30 to 40% at current levels and wait for a dip till 170, 172 odd levels. And the major run will be only seen if the weekly closing is above 188 mark, because the Ichimoku flat line is also aligning with that particular level. So there is a possibility that major shift or fresh buy will only get triggered above 188 level. So as of now, he has to book some profit at current levels.
All right, so that's the take coming in on Gujarat Pipavav. But let me move on and get back to some of the WhatsApp-related queries. And this query that I have, Jigar, is coming in from Bhagwan, writing to us from Mumbai. He wants to buy Dixon Tech as well as Premier Energies and even Coal India at this price point. Any of the three stocks that look good to you right now with the next 6 months investment horizon?
See, there is a clear-cut selection will be done on Coal India only, because the kind of structure among the all three, the Coal India is the best as of now. Has been a consolidation since last 6 to 7 months in the zone of 370 till 400 mark, and overall there is a breakout on weekly chart. So I would suggest to better stay or add at current levels in Coal India and keep a stop loss of around 370, and overall the target would be somewhere near 450 till 460. The view will be 2 to 3 months.
Okay, so that's the view on Coal India. But let's move on and get more queries answered. Now, this one is coming from Mohit, who's written to us from Ludhiana. He has queries on Campus Activewear, which he has at a price of 284 rupees. He's looking at a 2-year time horizon. Gaurang, what should he do? Should he continue to hold on? The stock is currently trading around 258. So he's sitting with some kind of loss. But over the long term, what do you think over a 2-year period? Could he recover all of these losses? And should he consider switching to some other name?
That's a tricky one, to be very honest, because, despite of the fact that the government has offered PLI for leather and footwear industry, some players are still kind of, finding it very difficult to do a catch up. Of course, not that there is a long time gone by, but whatever has happened, we are positive on the entire sector. As a matter of fact, footwear sector. One company that we have a positive coverage, which looks very, very attractive at current valuation, is Bata India. There used to be a challenge for Bata India in terms of, the same store sales growth rate. They undertook a revamp, closed unviable stores, and added more capacity in the existing stores, and opened up new stores at lucrative points wherein which will add to the contribution in terms of quarterly and yearly earnings. So Bata India is something that we are positive. We have an accumulated stance on Bata India.
All right, that's the take coming in on Bata India. But with this, viewers, it's once again time to slip into a very short break. Don't go anywhere. We will be taking more of your stock-related queries on the other side. Welcome back to Buy Now, Sell Now show, where we get you answers for all your stock-related queries. And let's get back to all your stock-related queries. The next query that is coming to us is coming in from Rima Thomas. And Jigar, if you can help her with your views on IRB Infra. She has actually bought 1,000 shares and buy price is 67 rupees a piece. What's your advice over here? Good to book profits on IRB Infra because, okay, I guess she's at a loss in this particular counter. What's your take over here? Any hopes on recovery with respect to IRB Infra?
See, in IRB Infra, again, there has been a strong consolidation seen between 40 till 45 approximately zone. So I would suggest her to wait as of now, because there is a, divergence also seen on daily chart. But overall, there is a small resistance of 43. So I would suggest her to wait and keep a stop loss of below 40.5 on daily closing basis, and overall upside would be only seen if the stock is able to clear 43.5 on daily closing basis.
Okay, so that's the word coming in on IRB Infrastructure. But let's move on and have another query answer. This is coming from Shaurya, who's written to us from Gurgaon. He's holding Birlasoft at a price of 502 rupees. And he's pointed out that after a long time, the stock is above 400. What should he do for the next 6 months? Jigar, let me come to you for this one. What do you think? What's the chart structure looking at, like for the next 6-month period for Birlasoft? If you look at past 6 months, it has gone up just about 0.6%. Do you think this muted trend only could continue, or are we in for an upside?
See, in BSoft, there has been a tremendous reversal. If we look at the COVID low and the rally till 2024 Jan, the exactly retracement is around 61.8% with double bottom on weekly chart with divergence, and there is a previous swing high breakout also. So I'm suggesting her to add BSoft, even it goes to 400 levels, and keep a stop loss below 350, and overall bounce, or you can say the target is expected around 550, 575 within 5 to 6 months.
All right, that's the take coming in on Birlasoft. But Gaurang, the next query that I have is coming in on LIC, wherein Madhusudan Raju from Chennai is holding shares of LIC. He didn't share the buy price, but is that a hold or sell at these levels? He's been holding almost 200 stocks in his portfolio.
So the entire life insurance sector, Shrishti, has gone through a tough time in terms of performance when it comes to comparison. But the recent policy changes and the regulation change is rather likely to bring in a lot of transparency, discipline, and operational efficiencies and clarities more specifically for the customers. We remain positive on the life insurance sector from a long-term point of view. We have a positive coverage on LIC, and along with that, we have positive coverage, if I'm not mistaken, on SBI Life, HDFC Life, and ICICI Prudential Life. Bear in mind one thing, that in terms of returns, because of the wisdom now getting awakened to a positive side as far as insurers are concerned, individual insurance are concerned, there is a possibility of new premium run rate to improve over a longer period of time. So with a 1.5 to 2 year time horizon, you can definitely continue to hold on to LIC.
All right. So from a long-term time horizon, you can continue to hold on to LIC, and there's also positive coverage on SBI Life, ICICI Prudential Life, LIC, as well as HDFC Life. But let's move on and have another query answer. This is M. Mathivanan from Chennai. Their query is on Tata investment. They purchased it at a price of 950 rupees. They want to know, should they add more at the current levels, or should they sell and book some of their losses? Jigar, what would you suggest? What are charts suggesting in the near term? When do you think we could reach that 950 level again? Right now, the stock is at 700.
See, as of now, there has been again a consolidation seen around 730 and 700 approximate zone, but 700 is a good support because 2025 August demand zone also lies in that particular area. So I would suggest to him to wait and watch as of now and keep a stop loss of around 650, and in case it goes below 680 or 690 odd zone, so I would ask him to add at that particular level, because the current scenario on RSI, if you look at the RSI as well as MACD, there has been a, the bears are losing steam at lower levels, so there is a chance that we might get a bounce back till 800, 820 levels within next 2 to 3 months.
All right, so that's the take coming in on Tata Investment Corporation. But the next query, Gaurang, is coming in on Vedanta. Given the sort of rally that we have seen in the metal pack, one of our viewers named George from Kerala has been holding the shares from a price of 266 rupees. He's holding 600 shares, and indeed his money has doubled right now. But is this the right time to make an exit in Vedanta?
Again, that's $1 billion question, right, Srishti? Because we've just recently heard about the NCLT approving the demerger for Vedanta. This is a perfect example of investing in a fundamental strong company and holding it out from a long period of time. See the kind of returns you generate. So hats off to him. Congratulations to him on this. I think the entire demerger process and today's news flow, according with whatever has come through on the positive side as far as the mining approval is concerned, and the the hiving of businesses into separate entity will unlock value. So we have a buy stroke hold recommendation on Vedanta. And Vedanta now, if I'm not mistaken, is a hugely well diversified natural resource company. You got in at a very decent price at a lower level. If you have time by your side, hold on to it.
Okay, so if you do have time by your side, do hold on to Vedanta. That's the word coming in. Moving on, let's have this query answered from Ramya, who's written to us from Hyderabad. She has Praj Industries at a price of 524 rupees. She's sitting with a loss of about 37%. Should she sell or hold the stock for the longer term, Gaurang? What would your view be? She's looking like a long-term investor, but sitting with a loss of about 37%. Do you think she should continue to hold on, or should she book losses at this juncture?
Honestly, I'll repeat what I said. Don't let your capital erode to an extent where your recovery of capital itself becomes a big question mark. Forget about you making profits on it. And if I'm not mistaken, I think Jigar would be much better placed to give technical view on this, since fundamentally we don't have coverage on Praj. This has been a very strong underperformer. I'm sorry to say that. You take last 3 months, you take last 6 months, or maybe a longer period of time. We've seen a continuous downward move as far as Praj Industries is concerned. This stock was, in fact, in the spotlight for all the good reasons when the entire that ethanol-related story was unfolding. And this was a company which, if I'm not mistaken, had a virtually monopolistic kind of a situation. No specific coverage, but again, an advice: don't let your capital erode to an extent where recovery of your capital becomes extremely difficult.
Right. So do not let your capital erode so much. That's the word of caution coming in. So do keep that in mind. But Jigar, what do you think, Praj Industries? What are the charts indicating? When do we see the stock hitting that 500 level, I believe?
Currently, if we look at the Praj industry, there has been a strong hammering right from 885 zone till 300. So approximately more than 50-60% has been wiped out. But there is an interesting structure building up in weekly chart on Praj industry, right from COVID low till the top of 2025 Jan. The retracement is somewhere near 61 and 707 retracement levels, and there has been a AB equal to CD pattern, which have exactly the same amount of downside, like in terms of percentage. The first leg was 48%, the second leg was also somewhere near 46%, and there was traction seen on 15 December week with huge volume. So I would suggest for few days to hold this stop and keep a stop loss of below exactly 300 mark, because this would be a historical turn. If this particular bullish pattern pans out, then definitely we may see a reversal till 455-500 mark for next 3 to 4 months.
All right, so that's the take coming in on Praj Industries. But with this, viewers, it's once again time now to slip into a very short break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back on the other side. Welcome back to Buy Now Sell Now show, where we get you answers for all your stock related queries. But before we do that, a quick look what the markets are up to, because the selling pressure seems to be intensifying, because Nifty has now slipped below that 26,000 mark for itself, while for Nifty Bank as well, the weakness persists with a cut of over 150 odd points as we speak right now. But along with that, a lot of stock-specific action is what we are getting to see. And let's take your next query then. And this one is coming in from PR Reddy, writing to us from Hyderabad. And Jigar, he wants a view on Suzlon Energy, because he wants a view for the next 6 months, where he's already holding over 12,000 shares and his buy price is 74 rupees. Well, of course, during the month of June, we have seen Suzlon rallying quite very fast. But since then, the stock has been under pressure. Do you believe in the next 6 months there's some hope to recovery?
See, again, in Suzlon, there has been a negative price action. The price action is way below 20, 50, 100-day exponential average. And recently, it also tested that particular 50-day exponential average, but there was a selling right from that particular average. So overall, the expectation is of sideways movement only. The broader range would be somewhere near 50 till 55, and the major move will be only seen if on a weekly basis Suzlon gets closing above 55. But overall, the chart looks a bit weak as of now, so I would suggest him to keep a stop loss of below 51 on daily closing basis.
So that's the technical view coming in on Suzlon Energy. But let's move on and get another query answer. This is Yogesh writing from Bengaluru. His query is on a very interesting stock, Vikran Engineering, which recently bagged a big order. He wants to know the outlook on this stock for a period of about 6 months. The stock has already seen a very significant run-up. If you just talk about the past week or so, it has gone up about 18%. This viewer, Yogesh, is holding 300 shares at an average price of about 96 rupees. Gaurang, let me come to you for the fundamentals first. What is your view on Vikran Engineering? And then I'll go to Jigar for the tech check.
Well, so unfortunately, we don't have a standalone coverage, but if I'm not mistaken, this was covered by our research team when the IPO was there via an IPO note. And we had subscribed recommendations for Vikran Engineering from a long-term point of view. The price band was, I think, between 92 and 97, and the stocks were allotted at 97. So keeping that IPO note as a base of my recommendations from a long-term point of view, it was not long ago. I think it was in the month of August 25 that the company came out with the IPO. If you invested from a long-term point of view, then keeping that IPO note as a base of my recommendation, you can hold on to it for a long term.
You could look at holding on to it for the long term. But Jigar, what about the 6-month chart structure? What is that showing in the past week or so? We have seen a significant run-up. Do you expect this to continue over the next 6 months also?
See, currently daily chart, again, it is near the resistance of 1110, and previously also there has been seen selling from the exactly that particular level. So I would suggest keep on booking profits right from 110 till 120, because see, the all-time high is somewhere near 118 to 119. So we need a closing above 120 on weekly basis in Vikran Engineering. If it does, then only we can go and buy, we can go and do as a fresh buy again. But overall, the view will be keep on booking profits at higher level.
All right, that's the take coming in on Vikran Engineering. But Jigar, the next query that I have is coming in from Srinivas. He's a long-term investor and he's been holding a couple of stocks wherein he's facing huge losses. The first counter is Sheila Foams. He's holding 200 shares. Buy price is 1,200 rupees out here. The other one is Sula Vineyards, holding 600 in quantity with a buy price of 450 rupees. And Rupa, 600 quantity, buy price out here is 400 rupees. What I can see is that most of these counters have actually halved from his buy price. What will you advise in any of these three counters? What should be the strategy now?
See, as of now in Sheila Foam, there has been definitely a negative price structure. So I would straight away suggest him to keep a stop loss of below 560 mark in Sheila Foam. If it goes below that, then definitely we need to exit in that particular counter. And if it closes above 615, then only we may see a bounce till 700 or 680 odd levels. In terms of Sula Vineyards, the structure is almost negative. If we look at the daily chart, there was recently some small bounce was seen, but again there has been a resistance overhead. So I would again ask him to keep a stop loss of around 215 on daily closing basis. And overall, see, the upside is not expected in next 2 to 3 months at least in Sula. And overall, the third stock, Rupa, the kind of structure we are witnessing is again a negative structure. Daily, it is making lower low kind of structure even on weekly as well as on daily chart. So he can keep a stop loss of around 150 on daily closing basis and wait for a bounce till 188, 160. If it closes above 162, then only. So overall, the stop loss would be below 150 on daily closing basis.
Okay, so that's the view on all of these three counters, Sheila Foam, Sula Vineyards and Rupa and Company. That's the tech check coming in. But let's move on to another query. This one is coming from Kiran, who's written to us from Pune. Jigar, this one is yet again for you. They're looking at a 2 to 3 month outlook on Jio Finance and Poonawalla Finance. FinCorp, they hold about 1,000 shares each of these two. And they're currently holding a loss of about 12 to 15%. What do you think? Is it the right time to average?
See, in Jio Finance, again, there has been a resistance seen near 302 mark. And again, from that level, we have seen selling also. So I would ask him to wait and watch as of now and add only if it is testing 285, 290 zone in Jio Finance. And overall, the support is expected near 285 and the reversal is also expected near 285 zone. And overall, about target is seen till 315, 320 in next 1 to 2 months. And the second is Poonawalla FinCorp. Poonawalla FinCorp, again, there has been a tremendous rally if we look at right from March 2025 till October 2025. But recently there has been a brief correction. So I would suggest him to add at particular level around 473, 460 zone. And overall upside is seen till 530, 540 in next 2 to 3 months. And for safer side, the stop loss would be kept below 445 on daily closing basis.
All right, that's the take coming in on Poonawalla FinCorp. The next query that I have, Gaurang, is coming in on two counters. This query is written to us from Shalini. She's holding shares of Exide Industries from a price of 390 rupees. She's at a loss in this particular counter, and yes, of course, this has been one of the key underperformers in the whole auto space. What's your take here, Gaurang? And she also has a query on VIP Industries. One of the counters of late has been in news. I'm not sure whether you covered this one, but her buy price is 419 rupees out here.
So, Srishti, on the second question on VIP Industries, I'll give it a pass. Maybe Jigar would be in a position to answer this. On Exide Industries, auto ancillary company is into manufacturing of automobile batteries, industrial batteries, UPS batteries, etc. And our view at Geojit Investment is that if you are a believer that auto industry is going to do well, then no vehicle actually can be driven without a battery, whether it is a petrol, diesel, CNG, or an EV. For EV, it is equally more important, but a different set of battery goes into it. Having said that, new order market looks extremely strong, and equally is the repeat order market for companies like Exide Industry. You got in at higher level, stock is trading at about 360 plus kind of levels. If you have investable amount from a long-term point of view, then I would advise average and hold on to it for a long period of time.
All right, average and hold on when it comes to Exide Industries. But Jigar, quickly, your take on VIP Industries.
If you look at a weekly chart, there has been a tremendous selling pressure seen from 490 zone, and currently it is placed somewhere near 380. But overall, there has been a reversal. If we look at April 2025 till July 2025, there has been tremendous bounce or reversal we may see. And overall, there has been a 50% retracement at current level, which comes around 340, 350 zone. And in previous week, there has been a tremendous volume surge seen from the bottom of around 350, 360 odd zone. So I would suggest keep holding, or if you can add at current levels, then definitely go and add at current levels and keep a stop loss of 340 on weekly closing basis. And the overall bounce or a target is expected till 550, 540 odd zones in next 3 to 4 months.
540, 550, that's the target that we're looking at over the next 3 to 4 months. That's the word coming on VIP Industries. Let's move on and take another query. This is from Krish. Gaurang, this query is for you. He's holding Polycab India at a price of 7,445 rupees. He's looking at a long-term investment in Polycab India. What is your view on this sector? Polycab India, is that a preferred bet?
The scare on this sector with new entrants coming in and a likely possibility of competition getting at an elevated level and price cuts happening, discounts happening, which may impact the earnings of companies associated with cables and wires. From a long-term point of view, our sense is that India is a huge market and there is enough room and place for new entrants to come in and coexist all together. Hold on to it from a long-term point of view. In case you got in at higher levels, you can possibly average at lower levels to bring down your acquisition price.
All right, that's the day coming in on Polycab India. But with this, gentleman, we let you go. Gaurang as well as Jigar, so good having you on the channel today. Thank you so much for your time. All right, but with this, viewers, we are completely timed out in this edition of Buy Now, Sell Now. It's a goodbye from me and Kanishka and the entire team who put the show together. Thank you so much for tuning in. But don't go anywhere. Markets are known. We'll take the action ahead.